Have you ever wondered what happens in that magical moment after you click buy? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on that secret, high-stakes journey. It's this hidden world that, believe it or not, decides which companies win and which ones fail.
So you did it. You found the perfect thing, you put in your details, and you hit confirm. For you, the hard part is over. But for that product you just bought, a wild, complex journey has only just begun. What really happens between your click and that knock on your door?
You know, it's so much more than just sticking a label on a box. It's a whole system called marketing logistics. And getting this right gives a company a massive edge. But getting it wrong, it can absolutely cripple a business. This is a race against time, cost, and just sheer complexity.
So, what is this thing called marketing logistics anyway? Well, the easiest way to think about it is that your order, it's like the starting pistol for a really intricate race.
Okay, yeah, that's the official textbook definition. It sounds super academic, right? But the idea at its heart is actually pretty simple. It's all about getting the right product to the right person at exactly the right time and in perfect condition. And crucially, doing it all in a way that actually makes money.
And this is where things get really interesting. See, the old way of thinking started at the factory. You'd have a product, and the question was just, okay, how do we push this out to people as cheaply as possible? But marketing logistics completely flips that script. It starts with you, the customer, and works backward from there, asking, what does this person actually need, and how do we build an entire system to deliver that experience perfectly? It's a huge shift.
Now, before a single box even gets moved, every single company is facing this fundamental conflict, a core dilemma that really shapes every single decision they're about to make.
And this quote right here, it gets to the heart of the problem. As a customer, you want it all, right? You want instant shipping, beautiful packaging, super easy returns, but providing that top-tier service costs a ton of money. So if a company cuts costs too much with, say, slow shipping, they might lose you forever. The whole game is finding that sweet spot, that profitable balance between amazing service and manageable costs.
All right, let's actually follow your package on its journey. The best way to picture it is as a 5-stage obstacle course that has to be run absolutely flawlessly.
The second you place that order, this 5-stage relay race kicks off. Every single handoff from the digital signal to the physical movement has to be perfect. Let's break them down one by one.
Okay, first up, the digital handoff. The system gets your order, it verifies your payment, and it zips that information over to the warehouse. Any little error here, a wrong address, the wrong item, can throw the entire process off the rails before a single thing is even moved. Speed and accuracy are everything at this stage.
And now we go from the digital world to the physical one. Your order literally pings a warehouse. And you got to remember, these places aren't just dusty storage units. They are super active hubs. Their whole job is to bridge that time gap between when a product is made and when you decide you want it. They make sure it's ready to go the moment you click.
And right here, companies hit a huge fork in the road. Do they spend a massive amount of money to build their own private warehouse to get total control? Or do they rent space in a public one for more flexibility, even if it means giving up some of that control? It's this constant trade-off between money, power, and the ability to pivot quickly.
This might just be one of the trickiest parts of the whole thing. A company has to basically predict the future. Guess how much of something people are going to want. If they stock way too much, they're just burning money on storage. But if they stock too little, they get that dreaded out-of-stock message and they lose the sale, and maybe even lose you as a customer for good.
And get this, for some big industries, like steel or cars, just holding on to the product before it's sold can cost as much as 30 to 40% of its entire value. That's cash just tied up, sitting there, paying for storage, insurance, and running the risk of it just becoming old news. That's why this is such a high-stakes game.
Okay, so the package is picked, it's packed, and now it's got to move. The goal here is simple. Get the product from where it is to where you are and get it there when you expect it. And that choice of how to move it, by truck, train, plane, is a huge strategic decision, balancing speed against cost.
And finally, this is the glue that holds the entire operation together. Think of it like the nervous system of logistics. From the second you click buy, a constant stream of data has been flowing. It lets the company track your package, manage all these moving parts, and most importantly,
figure out how to do it all better and cheaper next time. So with all these different steps and all these different costs, how does a company actually manage to pull it all off? Well, that brings us to the real secret sauce, the single most important strategy in all of modern logistics.
Let's ask a pretty simple question. If you want to save money, the obvious answer seems to be just pick the cheapest shipping method you can find, right? I mean, that makes sense. Well, it's not quite that simple.
Okay, now check this out. This is where it gets a little counterintuitive. At first glance, you'd say, go with rail. It's $30 cheaper. But look closer. Because rail is slower, the product has to sit in a warehouse for longer, which means you're paying more in storage and other hidden costs. So when you add it all up, the cheaper option is actually $50 more expensive in the end. Wild, right?
This is what they call the total cost approach. The really smart companies, they don't get obsessed with just one line item like shipping. They understand that every part of this system is connected, and their goal is to make the final number, the total cost of the whole shebang, as low as possible.
And when a company truly masters this whole journey, it stops being just a list of tasks. It actually becomes their ultimate weapon in the marketplace. It's the trophy they're all fighting for.
Think about it. When a company nails logistics, they can really stand out from the crowd. They can operate at a lower total cost, which means they can make more profit, all while giving you a better, faster experience. And that great service, that's what creates happy customers who become loyal fans for life.
And that, right there, is the big takeaway. For the best companies in the world, this incredibly complex, mostly invisible process isn't just a line on a spreadsheet they have to pay for. It's one of the most powerful strategic tools they have to win.
So the next time you're online and you click that buy button, just take a second to think about the incredible, invisible journey that's about to start. That amazing system of planning, balancing, and pure execution that connects the entire world of commerce right to your front door.